it to be a more realistic case where you're actually doing a heap overflow without having a pointer that's used to control the EIP there. So this is a more realistic issue. The problem is Debian 12 blocks it. So you have to have older versions of Linux like Debian 11, and you might not be willing to install a whole machine just for this project, but I had one because I needed it for another things that needed an old version. So here I've got a command prompt, and as you can see, if I do the lsb release -a command, it tells you I'm Debian 11. And so in Debian 11, let me go to the right directory for this, which is ed206. All right, you get a program here, and let's take a look at the source code again. This is very much like the last one. We're going to define a structure which has a priority and a name, and then we're going to allocate some space and have two things allocated. We're going to take 3 arguments, the name of the program, and 2 more arguments. So it's the name of the program followed by string 1 and string 2. It's going to define 2 objects on the heap, and it's going to copy into both of them without bounds checking, so they can overflow. And then you're going to take it over. So the point is, just by having one object on the heap collide with another object on the heap, we want to gain control of the instruction pointer, even though there is no reference to the instruction pointer in the data structures on the heap. So what you can run it. Now, if the program here is ed206, and if I give it A and B, then it runs and doesn't crash. But if I give it something longer, like here, there, in the first one, make the first one longer, then it crashes. So this is enough data to overrun the heap structure and corrupt the next one, and it crashes, but it doesn't crash with the instruction pointer is not directly under my control. Let's watch it happen here. So if I run with that, and then put, say, G here, it does crash, but it didn't put A, B, or C, or anything normal in the instruction pointer. What it did, if I want to see why it crashes, I can examine the current structure of what's at the instruction pointer. This is the command that crashed. Move EDX into the address pointed to my EDI. And if I look at the registers, I'll see that EDX contains 4747, and it's trying to move into EDI, and EDI contains 4646. So A is 1, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So it tried to write G into the address of F's. So I do control these values. This is the EDI is the one that's used as the pointer. So it writes this data into that address. So I do not control a jump that controls the instruction pointer. I control a write operation. But I can write any value I want to any address I want by putting it in this area. And so the question is, how do you take over a box with that kind of control? And the answer is pretty simple. You can look at the way the program works. Let's do disassemble. You could also do it by looking at the source code in this case, but in general, you wouldn't have the source code. So if you just look at the yellow values over here, you'll see the libraries we use. We use print, and then malloc to allocate some space, and then string copy. And here we have some more string copies of put_s and then an exit. So if I could change the address pointing to the exit system call, I could take over the box. And that's what we're going to do. So you find those with objdump. Objdump -r gives you the relocation records of this program. You got to there. And it shows you, it only uses these library functions, and there's exit. And if I change this pointer to not point to the real C library function, but something else I want to run, the program will run right to the end and then do something under my control at the end. So I have to write to this address, exit, which is this number 4990C. So now you disassemble winner and find out where you want to go, and it's this address ending at AB. And so now you can write an exploit file. You have this much, then you put in the address you want to write to, and the data you want to put in there, I think, and you'll have to make them right on your system. This AB is the data that goes in. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to write in there. This is the address that's going to go in, and after that write, the exit function will now run the winner function. So you just run it with that, and it'll give you the winner message. So this is a good example showing you how a write operation can be used to take over the box. The problem is they've added some defense in Debian 12 that I haven't figured out how to defeat yet. So you have to use older versions of Debian for this one. And again, there's some flags where you do it under more complicated situations. So that's all I wanted to show you. Let me stop this.